It's no secret that in seduction, the five senses are very important: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So on this video, I just want to talk a little bit about smell, because the right smell can help you a lot into obviously attracting the opposite female side. But the wrong smell can also repel them. So you have to understand the psychology that not everyone likes everything. So you have to figure out, based on personality, what are the smells that work for you and that work for the type of women that you want to attract. Some women are attracted to certain smells. And when it comes to cologne and perfumes, other women like other smells, and they are each individually different. You don't know when you approach them if they like musky smells or they like wood or fruity. You don't know. But there's some general things that you could do to maximize that first impression, smell first impression, because that is important. You have your visual first impression, but you have a smell first impression. And women will remember, even if they don't know this, women will remember what you smelled like the first time they saw you or were around you. So it's important that you keep that in mind and always be memorable. You don't always have to be liked, but be memorable. Now, let me show you a little trick on how to get this done consistently without having to put a lot of energy or effort into it. So maybe in a store near you or Amazon, you can actually get these essential oils that they're just basically the oil concentrate of certain smells. I wouldn't worry too much about the quality. I mean, they have to smell obviously like something, but you're not going to find obviously the high quality stuff for cheap. Now, if you spend a little more, you're going to get it. But I'm just saying, if you just want to start with the basics and see how that works, I suggest just get some, a store near you or Amazon and something you like and try it out. So these are just like little oils, and they're very concentrated with the smell. The thing about these that you just don't want to use them by themselves because they don't last very long at all. So they evaporate and they go away. So you want to now dilute this with a solvent that, either alcohol. A lot of people are against this for a million reasons. But if you're trying to do something in budget, like this is the way to go. Don't worry about it. This and this already, you're going a long way with that. However, you can use things like rum, vodka, and other kinds of alcohol that are also going to affect the smell. So you got to be careful with that. There's a lot of experimenting into your taste and what you like. It's going to take you a while to get to where you need to go to. Like for example, these kinds of alcohols that they're long lasting, so they will last a long time. And you want to also find what is the measurement of how much alcohol per oil or other ingredients. So that's going to take you a while. There is no science. You could probably look it up on YouTube, follow some recipes there, but to me it's just more experimenting. I like the experiment and the science behind it, and getting to a place that I love just by trial and error. And then these little bottles you can get as well, and you can they become perfume bottles. You can buy perfume, but you can do whatever you want. But I'm just giving you a tip on how you don't have to have an excuse that you can't afford a $80, $100, $200 perfume, and that's why you don't smell good. I mean, this is something that is going to go a long way for very, very cheap. You can also put this on your soap, your body wash, and it's gonna cause the same effect. So there's a lot of things you could do. I like always experimenting also with other smells and tastes, because they're very linked together. So, you can try it out. Bay leaves are very, very effective when it comes to very powerful chemical that they have, that you smell that in the perfume, but it also is not overpowering whatever that tone is that you're trying to get in the perfume. Honey, cinnamon, these are aphrodisiacs that have very, very essential powers. And I'm talking now, I don't know how scientifically they're involved, but the Egyptians, which they say that, I don't know, Cleopatra was the inventor of perfumes, but the Egyptians are known, when you heard of Egyptian musk and so on, of being the first experimenters with a lot of fragrances. And honey and cinnamon are known to be aphrodisiacs. I mean, the smells of these, either by themselves or combined, can cause arousal. So if you think about that, and whether that's something that you want, adding these smells can't hurt. It can't hurt. Molasses as well, very strong. You got to be careful with this because that's going to give you that burned kind of smell, which is not a bad smell, by the way. That fire smell is a fire smell. So, and different sugars and so on. So, just giving you a really quick, this isn't a recipe at all, obviously. I'm not into doing recipes and I'm not going to do that, but I'm just showing you what you can start experimenting with so that you can smell good all the time. People be like, wow, what, you smell so good. And women come and sniff you and all of that. This is how it starts. It starts with you finding your formula. You got to find your formula, and then you put all that together, and it's going to take you a while, like I said. And then you're going to walk around smelling like $1,000,000 every single time, and you probably cost you $2. So I hope this helps you a little bit in your quest to being more seductive, more attractive. And it definitely is going to take a lot of your time. And I think it's an enjoyable process of finding that smell that's right for you, that when it's combined with your skin and your sweat, that it creates a brand new scent, because the scent that you're getting in the bottle, when you combine it with your skin, is going to change. Absolutely. So you got to be mindful of that too. That's why there's a lot of trial and error. And also there's other ingredients that, a lot of people are believers in hormones and different human smells that can also cause attraction, or, we're animals at the end of the day. So it makes a little bit of sense. Some people say, you can mix in, things like semen, blood, saliva, sweat. I don't know. This is something that you got to find what works for you. And then you have to figure out how to combine those things, that you have the perfect balance, because you also don't want to be overpowering, but you also don't want to be too subtle. So find that. And I hope that this helps a little bit. If you have your own recipe and you want to leave that, please do, because I'm always trying out new things and trying to learn more and more from anyone around me. So leave that and make sure you subscribe. If someone needs to hear this, and I always tell you, like, if someone needs just a push to be a little better for themselves, and that's going to help them maybe attract the opposite sex, maybe attract someone that's going to become their wives and be married, they're going to be happy. And why not? Why not help that person? So make sure you share it, subscribe, because we're going to get deeper into this. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into the recipes, because there's so many, and they might work for me, might not work for you. So I just suggest that you figure it out. And actually, there's so many recipes on YouTube and all over the online. Look them up, and it's going to cost you pretty much nothing, compared to buying expensive perfumes that are, a 90% marketing, 5% perfume. The rest is alcohol. So yeah, check that out, man.